A nation loses whatever soul that it has if it thinks that somehow it can be callous and indifferent when it comes to the suffering of anybody. I don't care what color, I don't care what country, I don't care what civilization, I don't care what sexual orientation, I don't care what ethnicity.
I used to believe the police were our friends, always believed they'd keep me safe if I called them. But then I witnessed that which I could have never imagined.
Ladies and gentlemen, you must clear the roadway at this time.
I listened as friends told me their stories of being stopped and frisked from age 12. I watched the mother of Ramarley Graham in immense pain after the murder of her son. I saw the footage from the porch cameras, watched as the police stalked him and then broke into the house, warrantless, to legally lynch yet another innocent black man and make up some bullshit story later.
Fight back, take stand, we're doing this for Ramarley Graham. Fight back, take stand, we're doing this for Ramarley Graham.
I walked past the lifeless body of 14-year-old Kimani Gray at his wake in Brooklyn. His face will never leave my memory. A child. But he happened to be a black child. Already typecasted as older than he was and threatening. I was arrested for blocking the police who were blocking the precinct. Yet still we were charged with obstruction. I watched from my jail cell as a man walked into the precinct in tattered clothing, appearing homeless. He was an undercover cop. Another pig screamed from around the corner to the officer escorting me into Queens Central Booking to cuff me back to the bench and let me rot. He was the sergeant. And he was foaming like a dog at the mouth because I refused the retina scan. I then had 3 shifts of officers sitting guard outside my cell while I dreamed of freedom fighters and RIGHTING writing my history. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. I was pepper sprayed and took more than 1 baton to the neck. You can watch it on Democracy Now! In DC, I was pepper sprayed again. My comrades were arrested on Trump's inauguration day and spent almost 18 months of their lives in and out of court, facing decades in prison while the real criminals remain free. It is our duty to win. I watched numerous videos of black and brown women and men being murdered by the police to the point that I just couldn't watch anymore. I marched alongside hundreds, sometimes thousands of others as we presented another name, another hashtag, another sad and infuriating story.
Turn up, don't turn down!
We're doing this for Mike Brown!
Turn up, don't turn down!
We're doing this for Mike Brown! Don't turn down, we're doing this for Mike Brown! Turn up, don't turn down, we're doing this for Mike Brown!
Hands up to the sky!
We're doing this for our kind!
Hands up to the sky!
We're doing this for our kind!
This man stumbled to the 5th floor! Leary followed him! He died! This man did not attempt to do resuscitation. This man instead called his union rep.
Shame.
That's the first thing that happened.
Now, do you know why the media is here? It's because of all the work the activists like you and myself has done in the pink houses. It wasn't politicians that went out there first.
That's right. Tell it.
It was us that left our homes wherever we came from, wherever we lived, and we went out to the pink houses on November 21st. It was us, after 24 hours, who made a call to have women come out and speak about police brutality.
I lost count of how many murdering pigs were saved from even an indictment. I stood outside the courthouse when Richard Hayes, who legally lynched Ramarley Graham, got off on a technicality. The injustice system not broken, but fixed. I see that every single goddamn thing makes the pigs fear for their lives.
Shut the light off, you're blinding me. Shut the light off, you're blinding me.
She doesn't have to.
They never see prison. Peter Liang, murderer of Kai Gurley, faced an indictment, a rarity.
That's him. That's Peter Liang right there. You murderer! No murderer! No peace!
I sat in the courtroom as he too got off. We must love and protect one another. I've seen too many mothers cry, too many children die, to any longer believe they keep us safe. They protect the wealthy, the corporations, the president's orders for deportations. Too many black men stopped without justification. They obey orders, can't think for themselves, suppressing our messages and attempting to quell our voices. We have nothing to lose but our chains. I've seen too much. The prison industrial complex, the school-to-prison pipeline, the new Jim Crow, modern-day slavery, the effects of systemic racism. You cannot unsee the atrocities. You cannot unfeel the pain of a parent that has lost a child to police brutality, of seeing a child that will never know their father or mother because an allegedly trained officer was skittish or bloodthirsty.
One scared cop and now he's gone. So keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Darren Wilson killed my ground. His hands were up, still took him down. So keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Chased and killed from Marley Graham. He had no weapons in his hands. So keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. In an ambush, bullets held, and Sean would miss his wedding bell. So keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Tamir Rice was a little boy. They shot him cold cause he had a toy. So keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. When they killed Ayana Jones, the child was sleeping in her home. So keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Eric Garner could not breathe, and now we're taking it to the streets. Hey, so keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on.
Stop calling the police on people of color. You are literally putting their lives at risk.
No justice,
No peace.
no racist,
Police.
no justice,
No peace.
no racist,
Police.
No justice for the black, no justice for the brown. So what we gonna do? Shut it down. No justice for the black, no justice for the brown. So what we gonna do? Shut it down.
Better yet, stop calling the police, period. Stop being afraid of people who are different than you.
How many lives have been ruined because of one scared cop who was taught by this system to be afraid of people who look like us, to be afraid of people who are working class and what they call underclass. He was taught to have his hand on the gun, but then claimed it was an accident. You can blame it on the policing system. You can blame it on the media that breeds such fear of people who look like us. The same media, by the way, heavily invested in the private prison industrial complex. Connect the dots. So let's not get complacent just because we got one indictment. I would not be surprised if this was an attempt to try to placate the activists who are out in the streets shutting it down. We will not stop shutting shit down.
I'm not just concerned about he murdered someone. His conscience, I don't think that. Second of all, what goes wrong or what happens stay around? Only a coyote, which has no voice, on the field.
Stop making excuses for murderers paid with our tax dollars. They are not our friends. They are not here to protect all of us, and you damn sure better realize you're not exempt from their rage.
Get lost before you come next.
I spell racist.
NYPD.
I spell murderers.
NYPD.
I spell terrorists.
NYPD.
Please don't shoot me dead.
Please don't shoot me dead.
Please don't shoot me dead.
charged with disorderly conduct, a violation of New York State penal law. This is the New York City Police Department. Be advised that pedestrians are not permitted to walk in the street or roadway.
With the outbreak, Oaxaca, we hold the machetes! I rap hard like Palestinian trigger holding slingshots. Shots with every single kid that's down for hip-hop. The culture, the life, what it really stands for. This music is resistance, it's the voice of the poor. On the side of the workers, the teachers, the lunch ladies. On the streets of brown mommies, raising out brown babies. I'm with youth organizers cleaning up the Bronx River. Hey, Miss Galante, when I stand and deliver. I'm with Evo Morales, man, he run in Bolivia. Distribution of the land so we can all live bigger. I'm with Ugo at the tag, Grandmaster and Melly Mel. With the Panthers up in Queens, justice for Sean Bell. With the Macho Negron, we don't hear the Rios. Freedom to Oscar Lopez, I'm getting the appeal. With the B. Jamal, with the Sada Shakur. With the Compas in the Mokali, getting the penny more. Say, which side are you on? South Bronx, baby. Which side are you on? With Sinapa. Which side are you on? With Brooklyn. Which side are you on? For the Queen. Which side are you on? Latin America. Which side are you on? With Baltimore. Which side are you on? With Freddie Gray. Which side are you on? With a cat girlie. When we say people, we all say power. People. Power. People. Power.
I said I can't hear my brother crying, I can't breathe. Now I'm in the struggle and I just can't leave. Calling out the violence of the racist police. We ain't gonna stop till the people are free. We ain't gonna stop till the people are free.